one or two of you are Thunder fans. That was a pretty amazing season. I'm sure you know. I'm a Knicks fan, so. Can't boo losers. Thank you all for coming to not only the convention but to this Q&A. These two really needed new Instagram materials. So we really appreciate you doing that for them. We have a bit of time to talk about stuff, but one thing we love to do in these moments is, first of all, extend our immense gratitude to each and every one of you for being here, for shelling out your hard-earned money, for the love that is in the room, for the camaraderie you have with each other, for the families that you bring and share with everybody. It's really beautiful to witness, and we're very grateful for you guys. So that's.
Also, I just want to thank you guys for showering. Arkansas, can take a note. Oh shit! Is this your cane?
Well, he looks it right over there.
Gabe has left the cave.
I'm Uncle Nasty.
Oh.
I'm Gabe's Cave's spokesperson.
And what is Uncle what?
Nasty.
Uncle Nasty. You guys know who to avoid.
Alright. Guys, this panel, like y'all know how it gets down. Most of y'all have been here and here already today. This panel is for you guys. I'm going to open the floor for them. They can just talk about whatever they want to talk about first, but that red carpet is for y'all. So line up, get your questions ready, and like I said, until one of these guys with the HorrorCon shirts tells me I gotta stop this, or until they tell me I gotta stop this, it's for an hour. But there's a bunch of people. So the cosplay contest is next. All night is kind of, so unless y'all got to go, until they tell me they gotta stop me.
There you go.
Coming out of this. Usually we have wireless mics, and I would be way back there, or way back there. So I only have 25 feet. Thanks. What's your question? How do I breathe? Start.
This is a question for you, actually. Do you know who killed, which person killed Casey Becker?
Lee did. The funny thing is, and I don't know during filming that for some reason it never really crossed Matt and I's conversations or minds that we had no idea. But the writer didn't even know. He never delineated who killed who. So it's really all fan theory. Who, whatever you think, is just as in play as what I think. I think Casey, for me, took two people to get her up in the tree, first of all, at the end. But, I don't know.
I also have another question. What was your favorite, scene to film? Like the one that, you enjoyed the most?
Well, how long did we shoot the kitchen sequence? 17 days, 3 weeks, something like that. I mean, it was long. It was a long time, but that was my favorite. After really holding on to most of the film, trying to persuade the audience that I'm not the killer. Sometimes by going so far that you go, it's definitely him. But then to get to reveal it at the door, finally, for Matt and I to get to say it's us. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that scene. Did you? Yeah, thank you though. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you for the hug.
Ask away.
Question to you from your original book. What's your favorite scary movie?
Is anybody here a horror fan? What's your favorite scary movie, Jake? Like a new one. A new one.
Showgirls. Absolutely right.
It's called a setup.
How's that nap going?
I know. I'm running on fumes. I slept like an hour last night. Not for partying.
What?
You ever have those nights you can't stop thinking?
You mean your brain won't shut up?
Yeah, you got one of those too?
Sometimes. I'm out.
No, what is, I know, I love the joke, but what is your, because
My favorite scary movie?
within the last 5 years,
Oh, come on.
10 years.
10 years?
Sure.
The Witch.
Yeah, wow.
The Witch. Go watch The Witch. It's so good. It's so deep. It's a lot of levels to it. I really love that movie.
Yeah.
You?
I mean, I still go with classics. I mean, you guys know.
10 years.
I know, but we're gonna
10 years.
we're gonna skip the classics.
10 years, we.
I kind of like the new Exorcist. That's kind of cool.
Kind of like it. He kind of likes it.
kind of like that, right? Well, compared to the original scary. I know.
Back to the original.
That thing, train wreck me. The original Exorcist.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Has anybody seen When Evil Lurks?
Yep.
How wild is that movie? A lot of people haven't seen it, so I won't say, but there's 2 sequences in that movie that will blow your minds. All right, well, thank you. Thanks for your question.
So this is kind of like a two-parter. I'll answer first and then you guys can answer. So Scream is my favorite horror movie. And my favorite character is Randy.
He's so hot.
He's the hottest character.
Sorry, Billy.
So which Scream is your favorite and which Scream character is your favorite?
Which Scream is my favorite? I mean, you can never beat the original, right? Which character?
Yeah.
Oh, no pressure. I'm not saying this because.
Really?
It's hard. You know what? It's too hard to pick. I mean, I absolutely love him. So I love him, and I also love Matt, and I also love Rose, and Ned. Every character kind of sets the movie up. Why the movie works so well is because every character is totally different. So I can't say what my favorite character. I really do. I love them all.
Randy, right?
But oh yeah, I love myself. I love myself a lot. And I don't like the fact that I walked in front of a van and
That was a bad idea.
yeah,
I mean, you read it. You should have said something.
I know.
You knew it was coming.
There it is. I did.
Oh.
You're supposed to be smart.
Didn't follow my rules. These are for the people who paid, and are the people sitting on the floor. Those are for people who have coupons. What are we doing? Right?
If there are some seats still up here, if people wanted to squeeze it together and somebody wanted to get it.
Awesome. Did you get your answers?
Well, what does everyone else
Oh, you want everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Lee?
tell you this. One of my favorite kills
Yeah. Okay.
is Rose and the cat door.
Yes.
That is a dog word, bro, unless that cat is a lion.
Who's the dog door? You know why I thought that? My bad. Go ahead. Hey, take your time.
Yeah, I just went through you guys. Let me wake up. Favorite character, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about that one. Think about that one. Steve, who didn't even know his favorite
Favorite kill.
Favorite kill is Prince Henry.
Steve, your favorite kill.
Favorite kill? Yeah, I'm with you on Tatum. Yeah, through the cat door.
Yeah, the large everybody has a cat door.
Really, like filter. Do you think it was
My favorite character was Stu Macher.
Thank
My
you so
husband.
much. I love you guys.
Thank you, honey.
Hello, are you? I'm wonderful. How are you?
Thanks for being here. You gotta work that mic.
So,
This thing leans like different directions. Just look at that.
which bird no experience?
Where's that doctor? Okay, really.
So Wes Craven is one of my favorite directors of all time. Rest in peace. What was? Did it take a lot of convincing from him for you guys to like join the cast? What was that like the process?
He begged me for like 2 months.
Yeah.
No, everybody wanted to work with Wes. Even though horror was not really in at the moment, everybody knew Wes and wanted to work with Wes. And the second you met Wes, it went even further how much you wanted to work with him because of just his personality and his brain. But yeah, no, it was just a matter of auditioning and getting fortunate enough for them to go, you. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
So I have 2 questions. So my first question is actually from my mom over there filming. Hi, Mom.
Where you at, Mom? Hey, Mom.
She wants to know if the blood in the scene was actually corn syrup.
It was actually blood.
It was what?
They brought it from the hospital.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. The thing about, blood in film is if it goes on your clothes, wardrobe department makes that blood. If it goes on your skin, the makeup department makes that blood. If it comes from when Billy gets shot in the forehead, special effects made that blood. So it's hard to know what the formula was for any of it. So I don't know. Maybe it is corn syrup.
I do know this. It was always sticky.
It was very sticky. Very sticky. Yeah. The hotel hated us.
Yeah.
My last question is for all 3 of you. I want to know what your favorite line in the first original Scream movie is and what your least favorite line was.
Oh.
This is like I didn't know we were gonna have homework.
Dang. I think my least favorite line is not in my movie. When she shoots me in the forehead in the next second.
I was like, that wasn't your line, right? Oh, what's your favorite line? We all go a little bad sometimes.
That is way up there. Maybe it's called tact, fucker.
For me,
You didn't hear that.
it's hard. I can't think of my least favorite line. Okay. Thanks, John. There's always some stupid bullshit reason to kill your girlfriend. Lee? You were.
Okay, so, well, Ron gave my voice. His line, my line, was, I'll get you like a fish.
Oh, Jesus.
I think the last thing the only line I don't like, I put a line in the film, it was a line on the set, it was, that's a wrap.
You know what's a little weird? I just have to say a public service announcement. He said I'll gut you like a fish and you guys all clap. People say
They clapped at the line, but I know what your point is.
well, I mean, people say that this is
They're saying you guys are really dark.
Yeah.
Twisted.
A lot of people come up to me this week and they say, Scream's my comfort movie. Yeah. Who hurt you?
And the total question is how therapy going for you.
Great question.
Oh, that is a good one. The Exorcist was on. Was that all your questions? I'm sorry. Did I
Yes.
jump in?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Good job. How are you? What's your name?
Believe it or not, I I'm Tatum, named after the one put in the movie.
So you can
Yeah, my mom was a big fan.
clearly.
I have a question for all three of you, mainly you, because you're the best slasher.
I do it like this.
I mean, I prefer stew.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Jesus!
more sadistic.
Bro, let me start you off on how to ask the question. I love you, but I prefer stew.
Death by TV is more than gun.
And welcome to
My question is, what horror movie has disturbed you the most? Like, hardest to watch through?
The only one I've ever turned off and watched it in the daylight the next day was The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I guess knowing it was a true story, and like, I don't know, in my house, like I'm behind, like the TV's there, and behind my sofa are like 20-foot tall windows, and then just redwood trees behind it. And so I just kept like thinking something was behind me, and I was finally like, I gotta go. Religious horror scares the crap out of me.
And for me, it was The Blair Witch. I would just
Oh, yeah?
get sick anytime I watched it.
Really?
Could have been bad luck, but.
I hated
Or
that
that
movie.
was
And you guys, what do you?
Yeah, I still go back to the original Exorcist. I was young right there.
Yeah.
You know what copy? You know, when I put my stuff in, remember the stair fall and that guy goes down those concrete
Oh,
stairs?
yeah.
That was righteous. I mean, that guy went flying down those things like there was no faking that one. That was.
How do you do that? How do you how do you train for that? You're obviously going to protect your neck and your back first.
Yeah, well, we would do like, put my stuff in hand. We do the old stuff in hide, right? The old fat numbers, do this,
Yeah.
right? The old stuff in hide. So like on stair falls, gravity's doing the work. You're along for the ride. So from the stunt side, all you're doing is like, okay, don't hit my head, right? You're padded up, and professionals know what we're doing. So it's really a tumble. So next time you see a stair fall, even when they're big and gnarly, these guys are bouncing 5-6 feet in the air. If you watch it when he comes down to actually land, he's got a shoulder. He's coming.
He's parkouring it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so gravity's doing the work. So you're along for the ride. The problem is when you get into big, long stair falls, 40, 50, 60 steps, velocity's taking over. And then you're on a controlled free fall until you hit the ground at the end and you stop moving. So when you watch these big, that's why you want to do it in sections. When you see somebody do like 200 stairs.
Can I ask you a question I don't think I've ever asked you? Did any of the stuntmen get hurt on screen?
No, I think the only guy that got hurt was I'm not going to say who, but what that umbrella thing?
I guess I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing. No, actually it was a real safe show from that. So yeah, Tony does a great job. And Tony Caesar was Wes Craven's original stunt coordinator, setting the record for 20 plus years. And I don't think on any of the screens 1 and 2 that I was involved with, we had any major stuff. Nobody went to the hospital. Yeah, you might be woken up sore, but that's just comes with the territory.
Yeah. Okay. Did you get your answers?
Oh,
Are you waiting on him?
I just want to say.
Oh, that's all the time we have. Thank you.
Some would argue his most disturbing movie is Son of the Mask.
Right.
What?
So wow.
Son of the Mask?
What about
Let's just do it.
Some people. I thought it was okay.
Bro, what grade are you in? This guy's got more opinions. What?
I didn't know this was a roast.
What? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was a scary movie. The critics also agreed. But this is what we do. We try things.
Performance art.
Thank you.
It's been an honor getting to talk to you guys.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Tatum.
Great to know you.
Oh, wait, look up. How's that height? Good. What's your name?
Oh, aw. I've been looking for you forever.
My question is, what was the
How old are you? Have you ever heard of Pixar movies? How many Screams have you seen?
All of them.
Where's your mother? Where's the papa? I know she just did her mom. And welcome to Brick City. Where's that kid that's out of the mask? Listen. For me, the scariest scene in the first movie.
The hardest scene.
The hardest scene, I think, was the rules, because I knew that was like a really wildly, amazingly written like scene, you know, and I was very new, so that was really impressionful for me. But Wes was the best, so I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
But seriously, just start watching cartoons. And you guys are fine with it. You're like, oh yeah.
Side question. How old were you when you saw the very first Scream one?
5.
Jesus. Someone call protective services. Wow. Where's that kid, son of the mask? Now listen.
Jamie, I was 1. Here's yours.
What?
She said she was 1.
So, okay,
You don't remember anything at 1. I can't remember Tuesday.
So let's go down the rabbit hole real quick. So from credit to credit, and then you were 1 year old with like intention of watching this film. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, that's like what? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm judging, just judging.
Okay. The hardest scene for me was maybe like,
I'm just giving you a thumbs
you know,
up.
the stuff like getting arrested and like being in with the sheriff and being questioned and my dad's there and stuff. I don't know, for some reason that was difficult because I had to convince you guys that it wasn't me. And yet I know it's me. So you start going, how good an actor is Billy? He's a psychopath, so he's probably a pretty good actor. So, but it was a hard scene. Yeah, good question. Thank you, I like your shirt. Thank you. Yeah, you need to.
All right, so my question was kind of taken with the quotes, because I think quotes are like great, so I'm kind of pivoting a little bit. But before I do that, one of my favorite quotes from you, Mr. Jamie Kennedy, is, "I would bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they didn't."
Hey, what was it?
He said, I will bite my thumb at them if it's a disgrace to them.
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet.
Pink hair, thank you, MGK.
Yes, loved it. Quote the whole thing, it's amazing.
Thank you, brother.
My favorite quote from the Scream series is from the second movie, which is right after the killer says, "Why are you even here, Randy? You'll never get the girl."
And I said, oh, you want me to say my line?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 10-year-olds here, but I guess it doesn't matter. You're going. Oh, you!
So since the quote question was already taken, I'll just ask this. What is your, because that's from Scream 2, what would you say is your favorite movie sequel for each of you? I would love to hear that.
This is a 3-parter.
Of the Scream series or
No,
of
any sequel.
Huh.
Can we be honest? You never even saw Scream 2, I heard.
I did not. I did not want to watch you die.
Good save. What is the best sequel in ours or in anything in life? What's that music? I'm gonna say the best sequel is too hard, but you can turn.
I think Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
Yeah.
I'm totally sorry.
I knew he played that one.
Yeah, Terminator, Godfather, and don't hate on Jason X.
Yeah!
A lot of people hate on Jason X, and then it's
No.
he went to space.
Okay. Okay. Did any of that answer any of your questions? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey guys, real quick before she asks her question, let's try to be respectful because there's a long line. I got a text message a while ago, is the only reason I put this out there. Let's try to stick to one question each just for right now because they do have a photo op. So I won't be kicking them out, but they've got other obligations they've got to fulfill to you guys. So let's just do that, please.
Yeah, what's your so sweet sitting there? Go ahead. Sorry, what's your name, first of all?
My name is Elise.
Elise.
Step up, Elise.
Is it bad that I do find comfort in watching Elvis movies every day?
Very common.
And you find, the question is, you find comfort in watching these movies every day.
Yeah, is it bad?
It's interesting. And we think, why?
Well, like, I need sometimes I need something to sleep to. Sometimes I need something
You fall asleep to high schoolers getting killed? Our societies do. You know what? You're not alone. It's a highly original movie of incredible proportions, and look at it. It's 29 years later. We're here. All over the place.
I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you.
Hi. To answer one of y'all's questions from earlier, as someone named Sid, who Scream is their favorite movie, therapy's going great.
Does your therapist think so too?
She doesn't like horror, but she loves that I love it.
Okay.
My question for you guys is that we all know this. The Scream movies, you take away a little bit of the suspenseful music and it kind of becomes slapstick. So what is the...
Jesus!
Brilliant! So what did you think?
Oklahoma is really feeling itself today.
My question is, what attack scene or kill scene?
I don't love the barbecue here as much as Austin.
Great, I can put that on my bucket list. I was roasted by Gene Kennedy. My question is, what is the funniest attack scene or kill scene that you guys got to film? Either a part of or watching from the scenes that you just like couldn't hold it together. Someone slipped, someone fell, someone didn't do it right. Anything like that.
Any Ghostface scene in number 5.
For me, there was like a thing where there's a false ending in the movie where I actually asked Sid out on a date. And I say, would you like to go to a movie? And then she goes, as long as it's not horror movie. And we did that on time for Dad. Her dad kept falling over and hitting him. And it was just completely what he said. But then that scene got cut. And I never got to sit, and I'm dead. So here you go, Steve, it's up to you.
Save us, Steve, save us.
I know, really.
No pressure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the one thing I do remember is Nev, like about 2 months into shooting, was so exhausted. And we arrived, and she was like, so what am I doing today? Running, crying, or screaming? And Wes was like, all of those. But I don't remember any I agree though, I think what Wes was on about, and the reason there's so much humor in it, is that his idea was that if you got people laughing, you opened them up emotionally
Absolutely.
to then be able to terrify them.
Absolutely.
So,
And there's such a thin line between horror and comedy, and that's why it
Yeah.
rides in perfectly.
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's like 40 killers in a row.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
This is getting scary.
My question is for you. Was there any scenes that were improvised, and what was it?
There weren't entire scenes that were improvised, but there were things that happened within scenes that were improvised in the moment, like when I accidentally hit Matt with the phone. None of that's in the script. And his reaction is not in the script, which I won't remind you what it is. But there were, the thing about filmmaking of this style anyway, other comedies it's a little different, stuff like that, but is that there's a rhythm to it that has to work. And so if people start just adding stuff and all that, it winds up costing us time, and then they just cut it in the editing room. So most people come really prepared to do what's on the page, but if something happens in the moment of doing that, it just naturally comes out, like what Matt said to me, which I wish I could say, but I'm not going to. Then, that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. In that case, it worked, so they kept it in. But yeah, not much improv at all. Unless, you didn't really improv that much.
I had some, being Matt, a little bit of the video score. We had little lines here and there that we did, but for the most part, the script was just so great that we didn't really have
I did the skipping seat that was kind of.
Darn. I can't wait to get that footage.
Yeah, they went a whole different direction. That's not.
There's a really good documentary on Wes that I imagine they're putting together right now. I did interviews for it 6 months ago. You probably did them too, you guys. Did you not?
Not yet.
No? Well, I gotta go.
What's it called?
It's called Wes Loves Jamie. Thank you, both, for your question. I knew it was you.
This is a question to all of you, but what is your favorite killer's reveal?
Mine at the door.
I like Lori Metcalf. I like Lori Metcalf.
I'll have to watch that.
I'm going to give you an answer different to your question. I find that in 4, I felt that I was a little surprised that Emma Roberts was the killer.
Yeah.
So that was a surprising killer. So that kind of. All right, there you go.
In 5, you know the killer's the boyfriend who you see pretty soon. The first time watching it, the first 5 minutes, I guess the killer.
Really?
Pretty obvious.
You stuck with it.
It's always the other ones.
You see 5 days. They just get Where are your parents? Can we get someone over 8 to ask what they're doing?
Show me!
Show them Barney! What is wrong with you?
I know, and I am
What?
really bad.
No, man.
All of y'all,
All y'all.
if you called no, who would no answer first?
Didn't we try that?
Yeah, I think we did that.
Yeah.
You know what?
She wouldn't answer me. I know that.
She didn't pick up. It was the voicemail.
Yeah. She has mine blocked.
How did you feel crawling into Ned's window? crawling through it.
Crawling through, you know, it's interesting because that, like, right outside the window, the set construction people built a full seat and platform and everything. So I had to act like I was like climbing up into this window because literally I had this far to go. And for safety reasons, it was, you know, they wanted that there. So it was actually difficult to act like I was climbing in a window. Yeah. Yeah. Good question. And now, Jane Rivers has a question.
This is a question for all of you. Out of all of you that act in the movies, which one do you think acts the best?
Who told you to ask that question?
Are you?
I'm impressed.
Wow. We're all God's creatures.
You can. I mean, that's a tough question to answer.
I got nothing.
You're gonna be able to find this clip also when kids say the hardest things.
Man, do you have another 8 kids of yours that would like to?
Wow.
All right, what you got?
This question is for Jamie. When you got the script for Scream 2, were you already aware that you were going to be killed? And like, what was your personal feelings and like reaction to that?
I was not aware. We shot the movie in 1997. The internet was still very new, so we had a red line in the middle of the script, so people couldn't copy it and put it on the internet. And it was still really hard to even download stuff. And then we were doing the read-through because we only got like up to page 78, and they were literally working on the last 25 pages. And it says Randy walks into a van, and then we see him get yanked from a van, and then to his demise. And I read that, and then I had no more lines. I just said, "Shit." And I died. And yeah, I haven't been able to be brought back since. But yeah, it was awesome to be a part of it. I was alive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do that. Okay.
So the first time she watched it was 3, and now she's obsessed, and it's her favorite series.
It's your favorite series?
Wow.
So
What do you like about it? What is your favorite part of it?
She's really scared.
I don't know.
Yeah. I thought you had an answer. You seemed pretty clear on it. I think you got shy.
So my question is, do you have anything that you can share about Scream 7 that only this room can know?
I know nothing about it. Literally nothing about it. I know Matt's in it. Clearly not everybody knew that. I know I'm not in it. Does it really? Wow. But I don't know. Do you guys know much about 7?
Bro, I just told you I died.
Me too.
Yeah. But
You're in it too, you said 5.
you're a literal dream.
Literally. He's literally.
Yeah, that's all I got though. Yeah. I don't think anybody knows much of it. Let's
Favorite part.
What's your favorite?
Well, don't back away from it a little bit. Let's talk from there.
Just say it.
Favorite part.
My favorite part of the Ghostface movie is the killing.
I misunderstood. I was pretty sure she was like, I like killing.
Alright guys, let's let the next person in line get a question, please. We gotta start sticking to one question and short ones, or easy ones to answer anyway.
Please don't put this tape on the internet.
This tape. This tape. Put your VHS recorders down.
I worked at a video store, okay?
30 years ago. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say me and my mom are really big fans of the movie.
I know there were some people going.
But I wanted to ask what your favorite decoration
On the elevator.
Wow.
See that?
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice, sweet question.
That is a good question.
I wish I could control
No,
it.
it's kind of hard to pick. You know, but the camaraderie that developed between all of us is something I'll never forget. And you know, sometimes you're on a film and other actors get very competitive, and they don't have the story necessarily as their main focus. They want to be the best. And we had none of that. We had a bunch of supportive actors who loved each other and what each other were doing. So I remember the camaraderie, the fellowship that we built.
So the girl earlier already asked my question about Spring 7, so I just want to hug now.
I like your honesty. And you waited to tell us.
Hi. My question is, can I have a selfie?
Yeah.
Oh, let's not start that thing, guys. All right, they got a table down there. It was generous. Let's not start that.
Hi. What got you into acting?
You know, for me personally, I had a pretty crazy childhood. I didn't really have a mom or a dad around. My brother, who's 10 months older, kind of raised me, and I had a lot of really bad things happen to me. And I didn't know how, like, nobody really wanted to talk about it with me, my family or anybody. So it became a way to talk about it without having to point fingers at anybody or to, you know, the metaphor of everything. Really drew me in. The ability to express myself and those things that I was hiding and that were painful in a way that, you know, didn't discredit anybody in my life. My mom, my dad, anybody like that. It became like an expression that I just had to have. And still to this day, if I don't work for like a few months, 4 or 5 months, I start getting emotionally like, I need to let something out, something, you know. And I see a therapist, but I still feel like I need, you know, I crave it. So that's for me why. Jamie did it for the chicks.
He goes, how'd that work out?
Thank you for the question.
Thank you. You gotta figure it out? There you go. Love your shirt.
Thank you. My question is for all three of you guys. What is your guys' favorite Ghostface out of your guys' own like movie?
Ghostface, that's not our movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a very good question. That's tough.
I'm going to Dermot Mulroney.
Yeah, I gotta go with Dermot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
6 because Ghostface kind of got his balls back, right? He came back and killed him. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Look,
There you go. way, you actually already answered my question with the, you didn't read the phone, you dick. So, my question's to B-Rad, shouts out Malibu.
Shouts out. Finally, comedy.
Back to Randy, what was it like knowing that you delivered the golden rules of horror movies and then that went on to affect every horror movie afterwards?
Oh, that's heavy.
I'll say this. It's absolutely crazy that I got to do it. It's absolutely crazy that it was written. It's like, you know, I'm gonna get a little deep here, so I apologize. They say, you know, good ideas aren't your own, they're God's whispers. And I know that sounds deep, but it's like, this was such a defining part of the script, and this Kevin was like whispered like something divine, because it's perfectly written and perfectly what encapsulates the moviegoer that actually watched it. And then we just got lucky because my name is Jamie, and we were watching Halloween, and I'm screaming Jamie. And Skeet, the only time he ever put on the costume to kill somebody was behind me in that scene. And so it's super meta. And it's like, I don't really realize it until I come to these things. You guys tell me stuff, and it's like wild. And it's like, set the tone. And, you know, I don't know where they lie. And thank you. That was very.
Thank you so much, guys.
Both me and my brother are in film, but I personally attribute that to the Scream movies because it's really what brought us together. My question is, what would your advice be for young people going into film?
Well, you know, for me, I don't give business advice because it's different for every actor, every writer, every director, you know. But in terms of, you know, the craft of what you do, and I know you're a writer, studying to be a writer or a writer, and we talked about this a little bit, you know, is that working on the craft of it and forgetting the business side of it is, I think, most important. And you need to find a place where you can fail without it being consequential to a potential career. So school, like you're in, something like that, you know, write the most absurd thing you ever thought you would write and let it go. You know, in this day and age, I also want to emphasize that, like, don't hold Hollywood as the standard of success. Right? If you find what you love to do, you've already succeeded. Most people don't get that chance. You find what you love to do, don't ever let it go. I'm not saying you may have to work somewhere else to be able to do it on the weekends or do it at night or whatever, but don't ever let go of it. And don't hold Hollywood as like, oh, I didn't make it. Because there are so many ways to make movies nowadays, and there are so many voices that deserve to be heard. So that's all. Yeah, just don't let it, yeah. Can you help with it? Yeah. You look so cool, by the way.
I've got a question for all three of you. Did you guys have a favorite scene when filming the first movie?
I mean, I think that kitchen sequence for me was definitely my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. That was. Yeah. That was.
I don't go with that. That was, you know, I was lying on the floor outside. For a lot of it.
He was great, though.
Was good. You saw my foot, good foot acting.
You were fantastic. I thought you were really dead.
Yeah, foot asleep. I'd say that, like, because I was involved in the movie, and I wanted to add to that other girl who came up a little while ago, but she was wearing Nev's clothes, and Nev would get in the clothes, and they would be completely cardboard. But we had to match, and Nev would be like, time to get into my cracker suit. The thing was like, so that was funny. It was a lot of that. Anyway, I'll just sit back down. Please.
Also can't have.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Why Why don't we just skip the questions and go right to the heart?
There we go. I want to hug Jamie.
So go on up there.
Good.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite slasher character other than Ghostface, of course?
Wow. That's a toy that I can either go between Jason and Mike on that one, you know. And those are pretty good ones. I like it. I think if I had to pick, I'd probably go Jason. What do you think?
I like Freddy Krueger.
You can't go, you gotta go Jason, right? This is in any order. Freddy, Mike Myers, Ghostface, Pinhead. I mean, those are just some. Don't forget Bruce. Do you know who Bruce is? Bruce is the shark in Jaws, which I think is the original horror character.
Leatherface.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Good point.
Sorry.
Good point. Yeah.
Guys in the line, I don't want to disappoint you, but right here with the cool old school Scream shirt on is probably going to be the last question, all right? They got a photo op they got to get to right after this.
I think he means you, sweetheart. Yeah. I could be wrong. Is that
That was it. That was it. Yeah. That's another Scream shirt. Is that another Scream shirt?
Yeah, there, yeah.
You really got that accent. I'm gonna be selling catfish right down in the back.
I'm from Arkansas. Why you put it over there?
What happened? They gonna be out.
What you got, brother?
All right, so they've already announced that they're bringing back a lot of legacy characters from the previous script, like Stu and Roman. We obviously forgot two of the most important ones, but what are your theories on how they're going to bring them back? Since there's a lot of characters going on.
I have no idea.
We're talking
you
about
know.
7 or 8? What are we talking about?
Seven.
For sure 7 is.
I don't know. I can't wait to see how Matt's brought back.
Has he told you anything yet?
No. Not a word.
Dude, we can't say anything. They're trying to skin it.
I know. My NDA is floating in the air.
No, just your theories on how they're going to bring it back. That's the question.
I mean, I really don't have any, to be honest. I haven't really daydreamed about it.
Bro, he's never even seen Scream 2. Once he died, he was out.
See you. Yeah, I don't have any. Sorry.
We don't know, bro.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so. I like your shirt.
Just a question, do you actually think Billy Loomis was actually in love with Sydney, or was it all part of the manipulation and the scam?
I think he was a legitimate narcissist, so I doubt that he was in love with her at all. Yeah. I know.
Okay, then Billy Loomis or Jughead Jones's dad in a fight.
I mean, FP might have better weapons.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. This is the specified last. This is it, guys. It's gonna be good. Yes.
All right.
Don't forget after this we're going to get a group picture.
Right. Okay, so this is, I know it's not popular, but I actually really love the storyline in the last two with Sam and the connection with you.
Yeah.
So this question is for you. Because of the change, are you disappointed that storyline with Sam is not going to continue?
What they presented to me, I thought was a really cool idea, and that doesn't get to be finished. So yeah, it's a little disappointing, but the whole thing is a little disappointing, to be honest. So she is an amazing human being, Melissa. Like truly amazing woman whose heart is on her sleeve and really just wanted to protect children and was made an example of in a way that she did not deserve.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah, I guess that's it, but thank you all, and